This Little People, Big World star is accused of snubbing Amy Roloff on Mother's Day. Tori was slammed on social media via monsters and critics for potentially being the cause of Zach not spending Mother's Day with his mother Amy this year, and the comments on a recent Instagram post from Amy add fuel to the fire. Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff has been called out for allegedly snubbing his mother, Amy Roloff, on Mother's Day. Zach and Tori Roloff decided to exit the reality show, making Little People, Big World Season 25 their last. After tensions with his father, Matt Roloff, over selling the family farmhouse, Zach decided to pick up and move to Washington with his wife and kids. This move only made the rift between father and son larger and seemed to reach other family members. In her post for Mother's Day, Amy shared photos with sons Jeremy and Jacob Roloff and Jeremy's wife, Audrey Roloff. She expressed her gratitude, saying, "Here I am with my bookends Jeremy and Jacob, two amazing fine young men. Hung out with Chris, my boys, a few of my grandkids, talked with Zach and Molly." Some fans have alluded to Zach's absence being the doing of his wife Tori. For example, one commenter at CathoChris5169 expressed this by writing, "Zach wasn't allowed to see ya, or he has a grudge against the boys too sick." What is Zach Roloff's relationship like with his parents? Coming from a tight-knit family, Zach's relationship with his parents appeared strong in Little People, Big World's earlier seasons. Even though Zach and his father sometimes clashed about how to run the farm, their disagreements didn't go further than that. Their relationship seemed to thrive with Zach and Tori living close to Matt and fiancée Caryn Chandler, while his other siblings sought out different ventures. However, everything spilled over when it became clear to Zach that his father wasn't selling the family farmhouse. This would ultimately lead to the feud between Matt and Zach. Even with the divorce between Amy and Matt, the family has since moved forward with their lives. With many of his siblings already stepping away from Little People, Big World, Zach seemed to be sticking it out with his father and his own family, running the farm together. His relationship with his mom, Amy, doesn't appear to be strained. Although his family has moved hours away to Washington, it seems as though Zach keeps in contact with Amy and vice versa. Fans of Little People, Big World have seen the Roloff kids grow up and start their own families. The family has faced many ups and downs on the reality show. Although their relationships have weathered the storms of some of these setbacks, the feud between Zach and Matt doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Hopefully, the two can come to an understanding soon, for the sake of the entire family. The Little People, Big World franchise has long been a cornerstone of TLC's reality television lineup, captivating fans with its intimate portrayal of the Roloff family's highs and lows. For nearly 2 decades, audiences have followed the lives of Matt and Amy Roloff, their 4 children Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob in the family's extended network of spouses and grandchildren. However, like many families, the Roloffs have faced their fair share of conflict, misunderstandings, and strained relationships. One recent controversy that has stirred debate among fans centers on Zach Roloff, who is being accused of snubbing his mother, Amy Roloff, on Mother's Day. The absence of Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, from Amy's public celebration sparked intense reactions, raising questions about whether deeper family tensions are at play. This article will explore the origins of this accusation, fan reactions, historical family dynamics, and potential explanations, painting a comprehensive picture of a family that continues to fascinate and divide public opinion. On May 12, 2025, Amy Roloff took to Instagram to share a heartfelt Mother's Day tribute. The post featured warm words about motherhood, several snapshots with her sons Jeremy and Jacob, and a touching mention of her children as her greatest gifts. Notably, the photos did not include her son Zach, his wife Tori, or their 3 children. In her caption, Amy wrote, "Happy Mother's Day. Being a mom to these 4 amazing kids, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob has been one of the most incredible blessings in my life. I'm proud of who you are and the people you've become. I'm thankful for each of you every day." Amy mentioned that she had spoken to Zach and Molly over the phone but offered no further explanation about their physical absence from her gathering. This small detail did not go unnoticed by fans who, over the years, have become acutely aware of even subtle signals in the Roloffs' relationships. That Zach and Tori did not appear in Amy's Mother's Day post or spend the day with her in person quickly became the subject of speculation. Fans questioned whether their absence was a deliberate snub or simply a matter of scheduling conflicts. Given the tight-knit portrayal of the Roloff family in earlier seasons of Little People, Big World, the lack of visible unity on such an important holiday drew criticism and concern. Adding fuel to the fire was the contrasting tone of Tori Roloff's own Mother's Day post. She shared joyful photos celebrating the day with her children Jackson, Lila, and Josia, and paid tribute to her own mother. However, there was no mention of Amy or any indication that they celebrated together. This disparity in public acknowledgement only served to amplify fan suspicions. It prompted many to wonder whether deeper, unresolved issues were influencing the Roloffs' current family dynamic. In the days following Amy's post, social media erupted with commentary. Some fans expressed outrage, accusing Zach and Tori of disrespecting Amy on a day that should be about honoring maternal bonds. One Instagram user wrote, "Zach wasn't even there? That's cold. Amy raised those kids with everything she had." Another fan commented, "Why does it seem like Tori is always keeping Zach away from his family? There's something off here." Others tried to offer alternative explanations, suggesting that perhaps Zach and Tori had prior commitments or preferred to celebrate privately. Some pointed out that Jackson's birthday, which falls close to Mother's Day, might have taken precedence in their household. Still, many fans expressed disappointment at what they perceived as a missed opportunity for reconciliation, especially after a long and public history of familial tensions. To understand the implications of Zach and Tori's absence, it's crucial to examine the larger backdrop of the Roloff family's recent history. Over the past few years, divisions among the Roloff children and their parents have become increasingly public. The most widely publicized issue was the breakdown in negotiations over the purchase of Roloff farms. Both Zach and Jeremy expressed interest in buying part of the farm from their father, Matt Roloff, after he announced his intention to retire. However, both deals fell through, reportedly due to disagreements over pricing and control. Zach openly criticized Matt's handling of the situation, claiming that his father was manipulating the narrative. In one memorable episode, Zach said, "My dad is manipulating the situation and not taking responsibility for anything. He doesn't value the legacy of the farm or what it means to us." As a result, Zach and Tori made the decision to move from Oregon to Washington, where they bought a home and started a new chapter of their life. Their distance from the family farm became symbolic of the emotional distance as well. In 2023, Zach and Tori confirmed that they would be stepping away from Little People, Big World. In their farewell episode, they hinted at a desire for privacy and autonomy, saying that their family needed space from the public eye and from ongoing family disputes. Many fans interpreted their exit as a sign of a permanent rift with Matt and possibly Amy. While Zach has generally maintained a respectful tone when discussing his mother, his actions in recent years suggest that he may be distancing himself from the entire family unit, not just his father. A significant point of contention among fans is the perceived role that Tori plays in the ongoing family dynamics. Some believe that she is a mediating force, trying to protect her husband and children from drama. Others view her as a gatekeeper who isolates Zach from his family. In recent years, Tori has spoken candidly about her struggles with being in the public eye and dealing with online criticism. In an Instagram Q&A, she said, "It's not easy being in the middle of family drama, especially when you just want peace. I try to focus on our little family and what's best for us." However, critics argue that focusing on their little family often seems to exclude extended relatives like Amy, even on occasions when family togetherness would be appropriate. Interestingly, Amy has consistently spoken positively about her daughters-in-law, including Tori. In a recent interview, she said, "I'm really lucky to be close to Audrey and Tori. They're great moms, and I love being a part of their lives." This makes Zach and Tori's absence from Mother's Day all the more confusing. If there's genuine affection between Amy and Tori, why weren't they present? Some fans have theorized that the issue might not be personal toward Amy at all, but rather a consequence of larger family conflicts that have yet to be resolved. Others believe that subtle rifts might exist even if they aren't open. A factor worth considering is the impact of filming a reality show for nearly 2 decades. While Little People, Big World has provided the Roloffs with a platform and income, it has also subjected them to intense public scrutiny. Over the years, the pressure of maintaining a public image, dealing with production schedules, and balancing authenticity with entertainment has taken its toll. In many ways, the cameras have magnified minor issues into major rifts and made reconciliation more difficult. For Zach and Tori, stepping away from the show may have been a necessary boundary, but it also further distanced them from the rest of the family who remained involved. Despite all the speculation, it's entirely possible that Zach and Tori did celebrate Mother's Day with Amy in a private way. The absence of public posts does not necessarily mean that they ignored the holiday. Amy herself mentioned speaking to Zach on the phone, which could indicate that there is still communication, albeit more reserved. However, in the world of public figures, especially those who have built their careers on sharing family life, optics matter. To fans who have followed the Roloffs for years, silence on a significant occasion reads like a statement in itself. Despite the tensions and speculation, many fans remain hopeful that the Roloff family can reconcile. Family dynamics are rarely static, and public spats don't always reflect private relationships. Amy has demonstrated grace and patience throughout numerous ups and downs, both with her ex-husband Matt and her children. If anyone could serve as a bridge for healing, it's likely to be her. The ball, however, may now be in Zach and Tori's court. Whether they choose to engage more publicly with the family or continue to keep their distance, their decisions will undoubtedly shape the next chapter of the Roloff saga. The accusation that Zach snubbed Amy on Mother's Day is more than a simple matter of missing a family gathering. It's a reflection of years of evolving relationships, personal boundaries, and public scrutiny. The Roloffs are not just reality TV stars. They are a family dealing with real-life issues that many can relate to, albeit under a microscope. In the end, Mother's Day 2025 may come to represent a turning point in the Roloff family narrative, or simply another misunderstood chapter. As fans, we are left to interpret the clues and hope that, behind the scenes, love still